In a landmark ruling on the 29th of October 2024, Commissioner Irene Chipfiwa Nyatela confirmed that the dismissal of an Anglo-American platinum mining team supervisor for GBV that occurred outside the workplace was both procedurally and substantively fair. The victim was a female colleague and a single parent who unfortunately succumbed to her injuries. The two were in a tumultuous romantic relationship which was described as extremely violent by another colleague as well as the son of the victim who also worked at the mine. The colleague testified that the supervisor would beat the victim to an extent that she would fail to attend work on Mondays. With regard to procedural fairness, the supervisor argued that he was not given an adequate opportunity to defend himself as the disciplinary inquiry was conducted via written representations after he was granted bail. On this issue, the commissioner said that she was satisfied that the requirement for procedural fairness was met as the company's disciplinary procedure provided for hearings through representations. The supervisor was also assisted by the union AMCU to make his submissions. On the issue of substantive fairness, the supervisor argued that he had not broken a workplace rule because the conduct that led to his dismissal occurred outside the premises of the workplace and outside working hours. According to the commissioner, it was common cause that the employer had an anti-GBV policy that it had gone to great lengths to promote and educate employees on. The supervisor himself had received training on the same on the 2nd of August, 15 days before infringing it with devastating consequences. The employer had an interest in the matter as it concerned two of its employees. The commissioner also referenced the Labour Appeal Court's decision in Hurst versus Chemical Workers Industrial Union that made it clear that an employer is not necessarily precluded from disciplining employees for misconduct that occurs outside of the workplace. A factual inquiry has to be conducted that includes various factors such as the impact on the reputation of the employer, the impact of the misconduct on the workforce as a whole, as well as the impact on the relationship between the employer and the employee, amongst other factors. In this case, the employer could not be expected to continue trusting the employee as he denied his actions, saying that he merely pushed the victim as she approached him from behind whilst they were having drinks at her house. That statement was inconsistent with the medical examiner's testimony, which indicated that she had been beaten by a blunt object and throttled. The report actually indicated that her injuries were consistent with someone who had fallen during mountain climbing. The other employees, including the victim's son, also said that they were uncomfortable with his continued presence in the workplace. Considering all these factors, the dismissal was procedurally and substantively fair. Guys, let me know what you think about this case. Would this have been the same outcome if there was no anti-GBV policy in the workplace, or if it involved a victim who was not a fellow colleague? If not, should this be the case throughout the whole country? Would this case even stand the scrutiny of a Labour court review, in your opinion? Lastly, if you are being subjected to GBV, please report it, seek help, and remove yourself from the situation before it's too late. If you have been unfairly dismissed, click the link in the bio for a free consultation. Cheers, bye-bye.